Welcome to One Sharp Sword, cutting through to what matters most. I am your host, Dr. P, Dr. Wayne Pernell, the Exponential Success Coach. I was given a gift of belief a little while ago, and I wanted to pass that on to you because now, whatever you've got your sights on, you're going to run into some obstacles. It's going to happen. And as much as I am encouraging you to banish doubt, sometimes doubt comes in. And so I'd like to pass this gift back to you, which is you don't have to believe in yourself all the time or 100%. Here's the gift. You can borrow my belief in you. You've been doing the work. You've been getting up every day. You've set your sights on goals that seem somehow out of reach or in reach, and darn it, you just can't do it. Not yet. Not yet. And so the point here is that you just need 51% of belief in yourself, and you can borrow the rest. I'm here for you. You're here for you. And you've got other people that are here for you as well. Nobody does the amazing things all by themselves. So you can borrow my belief in you to get to the next place. Look, I love that. We all need that cheering from time to time because it does get lonely and it does get hard. That's the truth. And then it gets easy, which is the other truth, right? I did a podcast a little while ago called It's Hard Until It's Easy, which is also true. And so really the key here is what you're doing every day when you show up and you have your heart guiding you and you took the time to listen to whispers. What you do matters. What you do matters. Just remember that. What you do matters. You've taken the time to listen to the whispers, and those whispers aren't the voices in your head that say, be realistic, you don't need it, you'll never make it. Those are old stories that you picked up along the way. Those aren't the ones that are actually the truth. The truth is that voice that maybe you've quieted for a really long time. And it's time for you to listen to that voice and to remember that when you follow that path, what you do matters because nobody else can do what you do the way you do it. So there will be times that you question what's it all for? And is it really worth it? Just remember that what you do matters. Every touch point. And you're going to be learning new things and you're going to be growing. And that's part of why you're here, is to remind yourself of that. What are you doing today that expands you? What are you doing today that helps you grow? And just know that every day that you do grow, you're getting better at serving others. Remember that I'm a big fan of the saying, you can't give what you don't have. And what that means is if you haven't treated yourself well, or if you've burned out and you are running on fumes, you have nothing left to give. So you've got to do some self-care. And the other part of that saying is you can't give what you don't have means that if you're operating here, there's no way for you to give here, which means you've got to invest in yourself, in your self-growth. Both personal and professional well-being are right there for you when you invest in yourself and grow to that next level. When you grow to that next level, now you have something more to give because you've grown yourself personally and professionally. That's why I'm a huge fan of investing in personal and professional growth. Call it continuing education. I mean, that's the professional term for it, but you don't need to call it that. Call it personal and professional well-being, fulfillment, right? So here's the thing. Give yourself the applause. Recognize that what you do, it does matter. And the other thing is, if you feel like you're running down, don't be afraid to ask for the parade. Ask for the parade. I did this. Does that matter to anybody? Put it out there. And there will be haters, sure, but listen to the ones that are out there really supporting you, because again, you can borrow my belief in you, and you can recognize that there are tons of people that want to see you succeed, even if they can't or won't do it. Be realistic. But I just did this. That's awesome. Go do more. Go do more, right?
You know you are bigger than the life you are leading. It really is time to attend to that thing you've wanted to do or have, but you've been putting off. It's time to step into that dream you've parked for someday. It's time to claim true well-being, both personally and professionally, without giving up the success that got you here. It's time to check out Dr. Pernell's signature small group retreat, the Exponential Success Summit. Explore exponentialsuccesssummit.com. Seats are extremely limited, as this is a very special small group event. www.exponentialsuccesssummit.com.
The other piece of this along the way is to engage your gratitude muscle. Grow that, like every step of the way. You learned something. Are you grateful for what you learned? Are you grateful for the people or person that you learned it from, or your own personal discovery? Wow, I opened to a new experience. I had no idea I could open to that and actually get through it. It's a courageous act. It's huge. And so give gratitude, live in that space of being grateful. Be grateful when you wake up. I've told you this before. I wake up with 2 words: thank you. And it's a gratitude for the opportunity to serve. Do you wake up that way? Can you become grateful for the opportunity to help people or serve in a way that you haven't before, whether that's in your job or in your family or out in the community? Show gratitude when others are in their process. And that could be just being grateful that other people around you might be growing, right? That's in your family, your work, your team members. The question is, do you get applause just for doing your job? And there's an unpopular opinion, or maybe it's a popular opinion. My opinion might be unpopular, because the answer that's out there is no, right? No, little snowflake, just do your flipping job. And right, that's what's out there. And the truth is that when you do receive gratitude for the efforts that you're exerting, you're going to be motivated to do more. And that is true of the people around you, whether they're your kids, whether you're team members, whether it's people at it could be the ticketing agent at an airline. Show up in gratitude and watch what happens as people open to you. This is a truism you could use for yourself and for others, right? If you are grateful, and if you praise yourself and you praise others, you're going to have that motivation. And so motivation and appreciation go hand in hand. People do more of what they are praised for. And the truth is, you get more of what you focus on. So if you're focusing on, you did that wrong, you're bad, this isn't what I wanted, this is terrible, you're terrible. It's like, if that's what you're building, you're going to get a response that pushes back against that. And it's going to look like the person is bad, terrible, wrong, whatever. So you've got to pull out of that. People do more of what they're praised for. And there's a tool that's called redirect, and you may want to choose to do this. So instead of stop doing that, that's wrong, try something like, hey, what you're doing is a lot of energy, and it's going to be a lot of energy for both of us. Why don't you do this instead? And if we break this down to like basic parenting, right? So don't draw on the wall with those crayons, right? Don't stop, whatever, right? If that's where you go, think about this. What if you said, wow, look at all the colors. Why don't we use paper so we can keep your drawings? Now, there is a point at which you say, don't draw on the wall. If you give a redirect first with a little praise, you're going to get the focus that's needed from the other person. So I'm breaking that down to a parent-child, but think about that in your work. Think about that in your family. Think about that in the community. More important, hold up a mirror and think about that for yourself. So instead of, oh, I did that wrong, or, oh, I got to stop doing this, what do you start doing? What can you be grateful for? What can you be excited about? What can you praise yourself for? Look, I was offered ice cream at dinner, and I chose to pass this time, even though it's a treat. I wasn't hungry. Something like that, right? There are all kinds of examples. I'm looking for ones that you might relate to, right? So, and if it's not about food, it could be about, wow, you know what? I didn't want to write that list, or I didn't want to do that report, or I didn't want to whatever. And I chose to spend a little extra time and just get it done. That's awesome. So instead of stop procrastinating, it's like just start on the project, see how far you get. You get more of what you focus on. And that is the truism. Okay. So in your life, if you focus on what's going wrong, you're going to keep finding things that are going wrong. If you step into a place of gratitude and you live from that place, you will be living a life of greater and greater and greater fulfillment. Motivation of others and motivation of yourself comes from gratitude. It comes from this gratitude-based acknowledgement and appreciation. So throw yourself a parade. Get yourself to the point of belief in yourself past 51% to 52, 55, 60%. Wow, I'm doing okay. Every step makes a difference because no one can do what you do. Live there. Keep making your magic, and I will see you here next week. And if you want to go deeper, there are ways of going deeper into this so that you can live a life of personal and professional fulfillment. And I would ask you to think about checking out exponentialsuccesssummit.com. In fact, don't think about it while you're online listening to this. Go ahead and type that in, exponentialsuccesssummit.com. Check it out. It's a small group, and it is about personal and professional growth and development and well-being, capitalizing on the success that got you here, right? Leveraging that success that got you here so that you're not giving that up. You're actually including the things that you've put aside for someday. And you're listening to those whispers and that calling that makes you uniquely you. So check out exponentialsuccesssummit.com. This is One Sharp Sword, cutting through to what matters most. I am your host, Dr. P, Dr. Wayne Pernell, the Exponential Success Coach. Thanks for being here.